Michael Turner was known in his Ohio suburb as a devoted single father who lived for his 12-year-old daughter, Emma. Their neighborhood was calm, predictable, and the last place anyone expected tragedy. Emma spent her weekends painting, riding her bike, and visiting her best friend who lived just a few houses down. It was a safe place until the day everything shattered. One warm June afternoon, Emma never returned home. At first, Michael thought she had lost track of time, but minutes turned into an hour and fear set in. Calls went unanswered. The walk between the two houses should have taken less than 3 minutes. By evening, the entire community had joined the search. Police patrolled the streets. K-9 units swept nearby woods, and neighbors called out her name into the fading light. When detectives entered the basement of the Turners' next-door neighbor, Carl Denton, they found what everyone feared. Hidden behind stacked storage bins was Emma's body. Denton, a quiet 43-year-old warehouse worker, had lived beside the Turners for nearly 5 years. He had waved to Michael every morning, borrowed tools, made small talk, and all the while, he had been harboring a growing obsession with Emma. Police later learned he had been watching her, studying her routines, and waiting for a moment when she walked home alone. The news broke Michael instantly. His daughter had been murdered by the man he trusted enough to help shovel snow from his driveway. Denton confessed quickly, claiming he lost control. But when his defense team pushed for a plea deal that would reduce his sentence due to alleged mental instability, Michael's grief hardened into something darker. He attended every hearing, staring at Denton without blinking. He collected police documents, studied court procedures, and recorded every detail the prosecutors shared. Friends worried as he stopped sleeping, stopped working, and spent hours at the dining table hunched over case files. He barely spoke, but his silence carried a dangerous weight. When Denton's attorney requested leniency, arguing the crime was a result of psychological issues, Michael finally broke his silence in court. His voice was steady as he warned that if the legal system failed to deliver justice, he would take matters into his own hands. The courtroom froze. Even the judge paused before reminding him of the consequences of such threats. But everyone understood his message. He was prepared to do whatever it took to avenge his daughter. For weeks, police quietly monitored Michael, worried he might act on his vow. Denton was moved to protective custody. Tension hung over the case like a storm cloud. But when the final sentencing came, everything changed. Prosecutors refused a plea deal, and Denton received life in prison without the possibility of parole. The judge described the crime as calculated, predatory, and beyond redemption. Michael listened without emotion, then stood and walked out of the courtroom without looking back. Though he never carried out his revenge, the desire lived inside him like a shadow. Neighbors still see him some nights, standing alone in his backyard, staring at the darkened windows of Denton's old house. Emma's shoes still sit by the front door, and Michael Turner continues to live with the knowledge that the man who took his daughter's life now spends every day behind bars. But the damage he caused will haunt Michael forever.